Hey, it's Stas, and it will be a tutorial about vertex displacement and how to tweak the Phong MAT into something more interesting. And in the end, you will be able to do something like this one, or like this displacement, or like this one. Okay, but we will start either from a new file or just from new container. New container. Okay. And we need a basic setup for Phong MAT and Phong displacement. So it should be some geometry. I prefer to make a torus. Maybe a bit more. Yeah, maybe something like this. And I set it to polygon and to triangles. And I want to face it and set unique points and compute normals. And now you have a faceted version of a torus. We will add geometry, everything as usual. So camera and light, or maybe two lights, I don't know. Yeah, right here. Render, of course. Yeah, and we'll do second light on the other direction. Okay, that's enough. And we need the Phong MAT. Phong MAT and set it as material. Maybe we also set some emit, something like a little bit like this. So now we need a color map, normal map, and height map. And I will add 3 different tops from the simplest constant, then ramp and noise. And the switch to switch between them. Yeah. Maybe it will be something like 60-bit float or 32-bit float. Yeah, probably. And the resolution, I set it to 512. And connect everything. Yeah. And from here, I would add as a levels to tweak it further, and it would be a color. And then we need a normal map. Okay, I'll switch to input number 2. Normal and then also level. And I call it normal. Normal, and maybe set contrast to 10. And another one for the displacement itself. And I call it displace. Displace. Alright. And we need to put it here, here, as enable height map, displace vertices, and that's it. And you have a warning that say MAT is normal mapping, la la la, tangent attributes. So you need to add here attribute create. Attribute create and check compute tangents. And that's a basic setup. Maybe, yeah. And I'll show something here. Yeah. The problem is, well, it's not a problem, it's not an issue. What I don't like here is that we have only one displace scale, and it displays in the direction of normals. And you could always see normals here and set like this. So it displaced in this direction of these blue lines. Maybe it will be, you can see it better here. What I would like is to have a different setting for displacement in X, Y, and Z direction. But you cannot do it with Phong. What you need to do is to switch from a Phong to GLSL, and here is the magical button in the Phong properties. You have output shader, and you click output and click OK, and now we have a second mat, and we can delete the Phong and connect this as material, and nothing changes yet. We have a vertex shader, pixel shader, and some info about everything compiled successfully. And we mostly would concentrate on vertex shader and some parameters here. So now we have displace scale here, and we have more fields, but it doesn't work yet. So let's start editing our shader. Probably, yeah, I hope you see now. As you can see, as a display scale, here's it's called UDisplay scale, and also we have UDisplace midpoint, which also affects what we have, and it's a float and another float. But if you see something like emission or diffuse color, we have either VEC4 or VEC3. So let's switch our display scale from a simple float, so it's one integer, to VEC3, and now we have free fields. It doesn't work, of course, so we need to find where it's display scale, find oops, no, yeah, display scale. And so how it works, it took a normal multiplied by display scale and multiplied by mapping factor minus UDisplace midpoint, and the mapping factor is our red channel of this one. And if I switch again to 0, you can see that you can change the color. For example, if I move the green slider, it doesn't change nothing except color. Blue, nothing. And red changes everything. And yeah, as you can see, hide marker error. So let's add X, Y, Z here and save. And now we have a bit different situation. We can displace in one direction we can displace in another direction, and we can also set negative values, and you can set in third direction. Maybe we could do it more. Yeah, I prefer like this. And maybe, yeah, good. And if we switch to noise, again, it's now you could change the look a bit more. Let's animate our noise. X times seconds multiply 0.2. Yeah. Oh well, maybe multiply 0.1. So now we have one setting that works in our 3 dimension. We could also change the same for displace midpoint, but in my opinion we don't need to displace midpoint at all, because what we have here? We have our color minus displace midpoint. So for example, if our red channel equals 1 and displace midpoint equals 0.1, so the mapping the difference would be 0.9. But we could just set 0.9 in red channel, or negative 0 if we want. So we don't need displace midpoint. And I don't need why would we use the mapping factor at all. So you can, it's better not to delete. Maybe we will need it later and we just comment it so it doesn't work. So it multiplied by displace midpoint. No. It's multiplied by height map color. Yeah, it worked the same. But what if we put it RGB. Okay, let's check. We have grayscale, and again, it probably would be easier to see if I set display scale for 1 and change constant to, if we change red, it works in X direction or in some direction, green in other direction, and blue in third direction. So let's make something. Let's make something. And something here. Oops. Yeah. And we set to mirror and also animate this. Well, maybe a bit faster. What we have. Now we have a different problem. It's here. As you can see, it's a bit frustrating. What we could do with that? Let's move it a bit. The easiest solution would be add the tile. We can add the tile, and in the tile we overlap U 0.5 and V 0.5, and now we have a seamless texture. It's a bit repetitive, but it works at least. And let's check it with our noise. Yeah, we need something lower noise, or even here. And you can also scale different kind of noise, different channels of noise. So you can have more noise in one direction, because now we have RGB for X, Y, and Z. And I have, for example, zero noise for another two. But I'll switch back to this. Alright, mostly that's it. But what else we could do? Another setting is we could add a texture sub, and by changing the texture you would have different effects, and you can set rotate, and you can uniform. So you need to find something that you like. Yeah, probably. Why not? And of course you can animate this parameter by sound or something like this. Another interesting thing I find is the settings here in a step. You could so it's a level top for displacement, and if you press apply stepping and set step size to something like 0.25, it will look different. So now we don't have this fluid top like this, but rather stepping 0.25, so it's 4 steps. And maybe you will like it aesthetically, maybe not, I don't know. Another benefit for using GLSL is you can go pretty high, like, yeah, now we have 12 FPS 4. Why is this? One moment, not sure what's happening. It should work faster. Oh, okay. No? Oh, maybe it's because I'm recording now. The settings. Yeah, probably it's because I'm recording. Because usually I have 60 FPS easily, with even more settings. Or interesting. Okay, but you can check it. Maybe it will work for you better. Okay. And of course you could use not a torus, but a grid, for example. And in case of grid, the interesting thing is that all normals, it's better to show you like this, sub to that, and you can see that all normals look in one direction. So we have normal for x equals 0, and for y also equals 0 for y. So if we multiply this normal then x and y would be 0. So every time it would work only in that direction. I could show you here. Oops. Yeah. And again we can set it a bit more. 600. And for grid it's usually better to uncheck this stepping, so we have more smoother version. As you can see, it only moves up and down because this issue with normals. So what can you do with this? The easiest solution would be get rid of normals at all. Oops. And now it moves in different directions. It doesn't look good, but you can do it. Or instead of multiplying, you could add it. And what we have now? No, that's good. Actually, I like using circle and blend between noise and circle. And uncheck the tile. And maybe make it bigger. Not that big. I want a bit more noise, so it's more wavy. And just find the good settings for displacement. It's always try and error. Just try to, maybe it's too much, maybe it's too little. You can, as I said, you can use negative values or so. What else? What do we have now? Oh, okay. Yeah. And also you can use some mathematical operation here. For example, you can do something crazy like sinus for position. Let's switch back to our torus. And you have something crazy going on. Or you can use, I don't know, some tangent. Well, why not? Oh, whoa. Ah, crazy stuff. Interesting. So you can play with this. And what I wanna say is it's very easy to switch from some MAT to GLSL, and you can experiment, for example, with line map or no, you cannot. Yeah, not yet. Maybe later. Yeah, I think probably that's it. I want to end on something more interesting and beautiful. Well, okay. Oh yeah. One more moment. I forgot. We also have wireframe setting, and if you set a wireframe and some line width, you would have a different effect. And actually, it's better to do it without facing. And one more time, let me try to go a bit further. No, doesn't want. Oh yeah, it works. Where is my? Yeah, it works. So you can set it 200 for 400. You may go up to 1000. Maybe not. You can try to set. Oh yeah, probably I like it, and probably we will end here on this point. So thank you for watching. Bye. Bye bye.